Coming to you from somewhere in Minnesota, it's time for Closer Encounters News. We are worldwide, bringing you all the latest news and updates in ufology. Please don't forget to subscribe. Here's your host, Clarence Mitchell. Hello and welcome everyone to Closer Encounters News. Here it is, March 14th, 2020. My time is about 2:45 p.m. in the afternoon. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's one of these deals. I know everybody's worried about the big coronavirus and the big scare that's going on, different things. There is a couple updates on this, and I want to bring it to you here real quick. Today, this morning, New York announced its first death linked to the coronavirus. New York reported its first death Saturday, I believe it was around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock this morning. 82-year-old woman who died in Brooklyn, according to Governor Cuomo. The woman, who was not identified, had emphysema, an underlying medical condition, something the governor said contributed to her death, linking it to the facilities from seasonal influenza. The woman had been hospitalized on March the 3rd with emphysema and then contracted the virus, officials said. She died Friday night at Wyckoff Heights Medical Center in Brooklyn. If you're 82 years old and you have emphysema and you get the flu, you are in grave position, the governor said. Mayor Bill de Blasio responded solemnly to the breaking news during a live interview on MSNBC Saturday morning. And this report, it brings me up a big question. She was already in the hospital on March 3rd because of her emphysema, and then she contracts the virus in the hospital. So there's something to be said about that. If you have elderly patients, or if you have an elderly loved one that's in the hospital and stuff, you may want to think twice about actually visiting them until, unless you could find out in advance what the story is behind their condition or whatever, because you never know. Somebody could be bringing it in, maybe a visitor, a family, a friend, who knows. So you got to be careful, when you visit people in the hospitals and stuff, because you may be a carrier and not even know it, according to other reports and stuff. So, just be forewarned about that, because you just don't know. But sad deal that we lost somebody. Now, I had reported, as you know, I have my own show, Closer Encounters, which I do a lot of live streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and you can check us out anytime there on either one of those pages. And I made the statement, because I did some researching into this when this first came out, and I was trying to figure out where this virus actually came from. And I showed a video clip of a actual meteor that had burned up over northeast China back in October 2019. And I made the synopsis, or a theory, that it's very possible, if you believe in panspermia and stuff, that I wondered that if this virus may have been brought in from, outer space on a meteor. Well, just a couple days ago, right after my broadcast on this, a report had come out, and this comes from the Daily News, I believe it is. Anyway, it says that scientists who claim coronavirus came from space by meteor says prevailing winds are spreading the disease to the hardest hit countries. A scientist who believes coronavirus came from space by meteor now says prevailing winds are spreading the disease. Professor Chandra Wickermushing from the Buckingham Center of Astrobiology has alleged that the meteor that exploded over China in October released viral particles. Once in the upper stratosphere, the virus either fell to Earth or got caught up in the stratospheric air currents that circled Earth, he told Mail Online. From here, the virus has spread along a global band of between 40 to 60 degrees latitude north, with all the main strong cases appearing exactly along that range, he said. Infectious diseases experts have debunked the professor's claim. However, nothing that COVID-19 is similar to other known coronaviruses. This, they explained, would suggest that it was also transmitted to humans from animals, not from a recent meteorite fail. The sudden outbreak of new coronavirus is likely to have a space connection, the professor told the Express back in February. The astrobiologist is prominent in panspermia, the theory that life is seeded across the universe by traveling on meteors, comets, and space dust. A meteor was seen as a blazing bright fireball flying across the sky in northeast of the country at around 12:16 a.m. on October the 11th, 2019. The space rock, which reportedly shone so brightly that it made the night sky look like daylight. It's thought to have it was thought to have disintegrated into the atmosphere. We consider the seemingly outrageous possibility that hundreds of trillions of infected viral particles were then released embedded in the form of fine carbonaceous dust, he added. In support of the theory, he highlighted the remarkable aspect that the coronavirus outbreak occurred in the same region of China as where the fireball was seen. He added that he thinks that the meteor contained embedded within it a monoculture of infectious 2019/Corona V, the virus particles that survived in the interior of the meteor. We believe infectious agents are prevalent in space, carried on comets, and can fall towards Earth through the triosphere. These, we think, can and have in the past gone on to bring out about human disease epidemics. So there you go, folks. And this is something that I've been talking about for the last few days, not even knowing that this person had also come up with this. So, and this guy actually, this is his life work. So, has it come in from outer space, and is it still on the winds, so to speak, being traveled around the globe? Nobody seems to know for sure, but, there's a lot of speculation. So we may be onto something as far as that goes. So we don't know. But the main thing is to be safe, and, wash your hands, do what you got to do. And don't, I wouldn't get around big crowds of people, and just be safe. That's all you can do. Okay. In other news, we're talking about what's up in as we were talking about meteorites and different things. Yesterday, March 13th, was the 23rd, I believe it was, 23rd year anniversary of the Phoenix Lights, which was pretty awesome. Many of you remember that. Of course, they were going to have a big shindig about it, and that it's been canceled, due to the corona's outbreak. And, sad ordeal, but yeah, pretty cool. Let's see here. In the skies for March tonight, March 14th, asteroid 27, Utri, I'm sorry, Euterpe, yeah, reaches opposition at 2 o'clock in the afternoon today, Eastern Time. You can find it in the evening sky in the constellation of Virgo, already above the horizon at sunset and climbing higher overhead. Wait for full darkness before hunting this magnitude 9.4 asteroid, which lies just over twice as far from the sun as Earth. You will need a good moderate-sized telescope to spot it in little less than a 2-degree southwest angle magnitude of the Virginians. Tomorrow, March 15th, the month of March is a great time to try observing the zodiacal light. Light scattered by the dust left along the elliptic plane by long-ago comets. You can step outside at the dark site after twilight and look for a roughly cone-shaped glow to the west. Although dim, you may be able to trace the zodiacal light as it stretches through Pisces, low on the horizon, and up through Aries and Taurus. If you can't spot it at first, try using your peripheral vision to look at the region next to where you expect the zodiac light to appear. It might pop up more easily in the corner of your field of view. That's pretty awesome. Cool. Okay. Let's see here. In other news, we pulled up something here from MUFON, and you can check out the MUFON site at www.mufon.com. And they talk about the new rover that they're going to send to Mars. On March 5th of 2020, Dr. Thomas Zurbuchen, a NASA associate administrator, announced that the Mars 2020 rover will be named Perseverance. There we go. NASA's next Mars rover won't just explore the red planet. It will be the first leg of the first round-trip mission to return Martian soil samples to Earth. Known as the Mars 2020 mission, the upcoming rover will hunt for signs of habitable environments on Mars while searching for signs of past microbial life. According to Space.com, this robotic traveler will also cache a series of samples that can be returned to Earth with a future mission. Based upon the television announcement today, March 5th, the return mission will be about 10 years, making that the year 2030. How does that work? A future mission around 2029 would deliver a return rocket to the surface of Mars, where a soil sample will have been collected by this Mars rover. According to the JPL announcement, the return mission will be executed using that rocket launched from Mars with the samples of the Martian soil. Will that mission offer a real payout in terms of discovering microbial life? Maybe not. Elon Musk and SpaceX plans to land a manned mission on Mars around the year 2024. That means that there will be a human SpaceX astronaut awaiting the arrival of the robotic JPL mission in 2030. Somehow I'd say that just won't happen that way, JPL anticipates. Of course, if the SpaceX mission fails, then the Mars 2030 mission will probably be a successful backup. We'll all just have to wait and see. So there you go. Wow, isn't that something? Okay. Well, tonight, if you would like to hear a decent podcast tonight and watch the show, I myself will be co-hosting with Omar I Am One from Watchers Talk. And tonight he's got a guest on by the name of George Metrovic. And he is an author. And we will be talking about Bigfoot tonight. So if you would like to catch that, I'm sure it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to start at 6 o'clock Mountain Time, which is 8 o'clock Central Time, and or 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And you can catch that on Watchers Talk on YouTube. So that'll be pretty interesting, and I can't wait for it. I think we're going to have a good time, no doubt about it. So anyway, this is our first news on this channel. As you know, we switched this over, and I'm hoping to get a lot more things to talk about for people, just quick updates and whatever. And if you by chance have something like a new book that you would like to throw out there, or maybe a new tour that you have planned, a new talk or a seminar coming up, or anything of that nature, you can always write me. My email address, of course, is closerencounters.info@gmail.com. And you're more than welcome to send it along, and I will make sure I get it out here on the news, and we can pass it along. I would like to get this going, and hopefully, here in the near future, we can make it a really good place for people to catch up on things and, see what's happening or what's going to be happening. So, yes. But in the meantime, I also have a regular show, Closer Encounters, and you can catch that live on Facebook and YouTube also. And please, no matter who it is you visit as far as their regular shows and stuff, give them all a big like, a follow, and a subscribe, if you would, please. It helps everybody out, and, it keeps their shows going. So in the meantime, I want everybody to be safe out there, and, just take care of each other. That's all we can do. So thank you all for listening. I want to thank you all for joining us on Closer Encounters News. And until we meet again, please keep your eyes to the skies. Thank you, everyone.